Hello, we are live.
Live and recorded.
Well, yes, live but pre-recorded.
Hello, everybody.
Not live.
Welcome to
Live adjacent.
the return of kind of our pseudo one-shot sort of side treks, as it were. This with our beloved member of the Berezaya Argia crew by the name of Barca.
Barca.
And so...
Barca! Fuck yeah!
He needs his own theme song.
Ooh,
Barca,
yeah.
Barca, fuck yeah, I'm here for.
And so, as a quick recap, so Barca and Argentia had traveled north from Droam to seek out those that were responsible for kidnapping Barca and attacking his clan, and also potentially the kidnappers of his mother. And proceeded to travel north into the mountains of northern Droam, where these the Red Talon clan, for lack of a better term, had sort of made their home base, and you were sort of directed there. As you were flying over, you noticed a group of people, kind of fairly random individuals, appear more or less out of kind of nowhere, which included, well, they're all humanoids of one way, shape, or form, but look like several humans along with several humans, and I believe Trill or Fred was running as maybe an elf or half-elf. I'm not 100% certain if I recall.
Ooh, I don't remember either. One of us is normally half elf, or one of us.
So we're gonna say a half elf and some humans, and then an oddball turtle-looking tortoise man creature,
And a satyr.
And a satyr.
Oh, and a satyr. Thank you. I almost forgot. So very kind of an eclectic, odd bunch. You approached. There was some hesitant hellos, but quite frankly, several of that group were their friendliness was fairly infectious, and in short order proceeded to sort of greet each other when you were suddenly attacked by a couple of what would be referred to as frost chimeras. Basically, kind of a chimera with a draconic head and that had a white draconic head, but you managed to beat the crap out of them fairly decently.
I mean, they started it.
Well, they, as monsters do. But you were through the camaraderie of joint battle and whatever. You gathered that. Well, those of you that are part of what we're colloquially referring to as the Harbingers, those pawns of fate that get shuffled around the world like pieces on a chessboard, realize that quite possibly the reason why you're sent here is to actually assist Barca in his endeavors. And if nothing else, with greater numbers, better chances of surviving the cold frostbite of the glacial mountaintops that you were traversing. You were able to get to a series of ruins that are currently being sort of encamped by these different goblinoids of this Red Talon tribe or clan, and proceeded to, I guess, try to sneak up / cause a distraction on some of them while others snuck up, or whatever combination thereof. However, it didn't quite go according to plan, and the bugbears and goblin and various goblinoids had some firearms that they were using to shoot at you, and that has I believe it was actually Fred who noticed, since Fred was furthest in the back there. Noted by the on the upper right hand side, the that little blue chip there. That's our Fred. There was a bit of a rumble and realized that a avalanche was fast approaching. And I realize I can set this down here because I didn't before, and I should. And so with that, I believe Fred is currently spider climbed and hanging off the side of that cliff in hopes to, because the avalanche will be coming from the north side and kind of working its way down. And in fact, part of the fact that this area is sort of ruins is that there was an old, like, Dakani Empire fortress, built back in the day, but just over weather and time and other avalanches and whatever, it's more kind of ruins right now. However, there is a magical gateway that you did see was currently being used right here. In fact, one of the hobgoblins that you initially attacked had run off and gotten through and ran through the portal. And with that being that, we are at the top of the round, which will be Cole with Noro on deck.
All right. So.
Oh, and sorry, real quickly. And for those of you who are joining us or watching this later, we are missing a few people, but one of them will be joining us. The other one had some stuff going on, helping out their family members, and couldn't be with us today. But Fred should be on a little bit later, if you're wondering what's going on. Now we can continue.
All right. And about how far away am I from all the creatures across the chasm here?
So you were right here.
Yep.
5, 10, 30, 40, 45. You're about 50 away from these two bugbears.
Okay.
5, 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45. And about 50 from the row of bugbears in the front, give or take.
Okay. Gives me some options.
And I will say, while Fred had noticed the avalanche to begin with, you can feel the ground shaking and hear the roar of thunder. Everybody knows something's coming.
Sure.
Golly, I hope it's something good.
We can hope.
I mean, do you like snow?
I do. That's why I live where I live, Brian.
Then an avalanche should be right up your
butthole?
Well, probably when it hits you, yeah. But I digress.
Hey.
Cole, what would you like to do?
I think I am going to strum a few wonderful notes on my lute as I cast Crown of Madness at one of the bugbears that is closer to me across the gorge.
Did you want to attack the one that's currently attacking Argentia, or the one that's just a little bit away? I believe you'd been clinging at this one before, for whatever that's worth.
I'm going to do it at the one that's not on the one that's kind of further, I guess, south or closer to the camera.
Gotcha.
Because Crown of Madness just, if it works, makes them go berserk and attack kind of anything that's within reach.
Gotcha.
And because I am strumming my lute, it gets to make its wisdom save against that with disadvantage.
Okay. With the disadvantage. Now, the other spell that caused the goblins and other guys to be a little wiggly wobbly, who cast that? Do we remember? Was that you, Cole?
I honestly don't remember.
Do you see if any spells for I don't know if it was a color spray or if it was a...
Checking spell slots, hang on.
And I had a couple of spell slots marked off. I've got a spell Hypnotic Pattern.
That's probably what it was. Is that concentration?
That one does say it's concentration.
Okay. Is this spell concentration?
This one is.
Okay.
I
so
don't.
Just realize when you're casting the Crown of Madness, the two goblins that are still, the only two goblins that are left that are still dazed by the hypnotic pattern will no longer be.
That's fine.
All right. Crown of Madness, making my saving throw. And by making, I mean rolling, not that I'm making it. Although I got a 9. Did not make it.
All right, does not make the save. So a twisted crown of jagged iron appears on its head. And it must use its action before moving on each of its turns to make a melee attack against a creature other than itself. Oh, that I mentally choose.
Okay. Okay.
And that is... Actually, no, I think I'm going to move 30 feet across that next bridge.
All right, so 5, 10. Camilla's not actually there. She's falling. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So 30 would put you kind of right in front of... I mean, Koopa's floating up kind of behind you, but...
Yeah, that'll work for now.
Okay. After Ko is Noro with Trill on deck.
Okay, because I am blind, can you point at me, please?
I would be happy to.
Thank you.
For what it's worth, you're in the red.
Oh, that is helpful. So I'm seeing a cluster of dudes to my right, or is that to the north?
So there's a bugbear being attacked by Barca.
Okay.
There's a bunch of goblins.
Okay.
There's and that's a goblin, that's a bugbear, and more goblins in the back.
I'm gonna move towards that goblin, kind of to my directly in front of me.
This one or this one?
The one to my northwest. The one you're pointing at, yep. I'm going to hit him.
How do you know? What did you get for your attack?
With my sword. That is a very good question. 1 minute and bitte, please. Alright, we're going to use the high contrast die. Gen Con purchase. 20. Dirty 20.
Yes, that will hit.
19. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong number.
That will also hit.
Okay. D10. 12 points of damage.
It dies.
Okay. I am then going to continue my move. I mean, there's a giant fucking dragon and there's a giant fucking bugbear. Who needs the help the most? Probably neither.
Well, you don't necessarily know this one's ensorcelled.
Okay.
I will throw that out there.
Am I next-ish to him?
You're about 5 feet away. You're 10 feet away.
Okay.
So a 5-foot step, 5 foot of movement would get you right next to him.
I mean, you saw the metal crown pop out of his head.
And I've seen Code cast Crown of Madness before.
You have.
Yeah, I'm going to just move away from him and move to flank one with Barca.
Okay, so like right there.
Yep.
Now, what does Crown of Madness do towards attacks of opportunity?
Um,
Oh, never mind. They don't have the reach after all. Never mind. Apparently, that's only a player character thing. So you're good.
Alright.
And then
So my
Your
second attack
attack
is a 26 to hit that dude.
that will hit the bugbear that's on Barca.
Oh, it's flanking, so did not roll better. So that is going to be 10 points of damage, because math is hard.
Still up.
Okay, I'm going to...
Now, I will say that one, as well as the one Reich that you cast the crown on, are injured. As well as the one that Argentia is also on.
I'm realizing that speed is important. I'm going to spend a key point, and I'm going to Flurry of Blows.
Okay.
22.
To hit? Yeah, that'll hit.
And then a nat 20.
Okay, we'll do the 22 for damage first.
Okay. 11.
Okay, so that will kill the bugbear. Now, there are goblins that are still within reach.
Okay, then can I confer that nat 20 on the goblin?
And what's your minimum damage?
With a nat 20 would be... Math is hard. 7.
Okay, that kills the goblin.
Okay. Does that clear the area around me at the moment?
There's still one goblin in melee with you,
Okay.
and there's one goblin in melee with Barca.
Okay, I will move, because I have 45 feet of movement, so I'm plenty. I'm going to move to get a flanking position with the goblin in melee with me.
Like so?
Sure, that works, and that will end my turn.
Okay. Then after Noro is Trill with Barca on deck. Now, Trill, you do see Camilla is falling. Kind of falling right in front of you, more or less.
Yeah, I'm going to try to catch her.
Okay. So, you have a fly speed, so you'll be able to catch up with her as far as her falling speed, for whatever that's worth.
Okay.
I need you to make a... we'll call it an athletics check.
Okay.
I will say go ahead and roll with advantage because Camilla wants you to catch her.
Yay.
Like, really, really would prefer it if you did.
All right, 19.
19 is good. You catch her.
Excellent. If I have enough movement left, I'd like to go up to the platform where no one's fighting here.
I'm going to say for this round, flying down and catching her. Flying down will be your move. Catching her will be your action. Do you have the ability to move as a bonus action with any of your stuff?
Can't move over. Sorry, there's like glare in my camera. I'll fix it in a minute. I don't think so. I don't think there's any roguey thing that does that.
You can dash as a bonus action.
Oh, can I?
Oh, no, you can disengage as a bonus action.
Well, it depends
Actually,
on...
You're a rogue?
Yeah, no, you've got cunning action. So you can dash, disengage, or hide.
You can take your turn to dash, disengage, or hide. So I can dash.
So there you go. So then you can move as a bonus action. So where did you want to move to?
Oh, these are both our guys here because we all have colors on them. Actually, let's move back. Yes, to that one, the one that's north, the island.
You're moving to here?
Yeah, solid ground sounds good to give her a chance to kind of catch her.
Okay.
Self.
So we'll say you land or drop her off there.
Perfect. And I think that completes my turn.
Okay. After Trill is Barca with the bugbears on deck.
Alrighty.
So Barca, you are right here right now. In your immediate vicinity, there are two goblins that are right next to you. And you see there's a bugbear and a couple more goblins taking pot shots.
Alright.
You see Argentia's taken on a couple of bugbears.
Yeah, I am just trying to remember if you said all the characters recognize the rumbling or if we...
All of the characters recognize it.
Got it.
I mean, being that you're probably raging right now, because I would imagine you would be, you probably process it as most rumble bad.
Or really fun, depending on the day. All right, well, I'm raging, so I'm going to murder these goblins in front of me.
All right.
So I watched the monk do a bunch of, like, acrobatics and shit.
And it's really kind of a comparison of two styles. You've got this, like, sort of agile, fluid grace of this monk with this, like, I imagine it's like what, kind of like a Chinese fencing sword kind of thing?
It's a full-on katana.
Oh, okay.
Like he's
katana kind of doing this,
yep.
You know, these graceful sort of circles and swipes, and then you've got Barca that's like Hulk smash. Hulk smash.
All right, so I'm hoping this goes down as like Barca sees the cool monk stuff, and then like and it kind of smiles at sorry, what's the character's name?
Noro.
Noro smiles at Nora, and Barca just kind of is like, "Oh, Barca, good too," and swings, and a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
For oh no, that's the wrong one. That's the right one. For 21 points of damage.
That kills that goblin.
No, I was going for the one in between that were flanked.
Sorry, say that again?
I was going for the one in between us.
Oh, well then, the one in between you is very, very much dead. Yep.
Yeah. My hope is that the axe comes through at such a fast pace that blood just splatters the monk, who's been nice and clean and tight this whole time. And then...
I'm here for it.
You know what? What the hell? Noro, go ahead and make a dexterity save.
That's just unfair.
Because that's just fun.
21.
You hope to splatter the monk. And in fact, you make sure to kind of like, when you sink your axe into the goblin, to kind of put a little twist on it as you pull the axe up to cause the bodies, the halves of the body, to split apart in a grotesque fashion. But like Neo in the fucking Matrix, you just see him just sort of do the whole, it's almost like slow motion backpedal thing, and actually tends to lay flat as the splatter seems to kind of heave over, and then he just kips up and is ready to go.
Okay. For my second attack, I will Barca will just kind of go ha. And will swing really fast backwards and try to chop the head off at a way that it will, if it dislodges, go right at the monk.
Okay.
Hey, Darren, your sound is kind of going in and out. Is that on your end?
Could be. Let me switch some stuff around.
Yeah, I was going to say, it does sound like it was cutting in and out a little bit for me, too. for whatever that's worth.
So that's 18 to hit. 17 to hit.
17 and an 18 would both hit.
Okay. For 26 points of damage.
Yeah, you kill the other goblin.
So my hope is that I swing so hard that when I come around with this axe, that I take the head off and with enough force that it sends it flying at the monk.
Yes, it goes flying towards Noro, because why not? This is just fun.
Deflect missiles.
Would you like to use your reaction to deflect missiles?
I would.
All right.
I assume this was intended not to deal damage, so I'm not going to roll, but... Unless you want me to.
I mean, what's the minimum you can roll? Like, what is it, a D10 plus your monk level?
Yeah.
You can easily roll the... Yeah, Barky, you get the swing and you're like, haha, it's going straight towards him, and then you see the goblin head stop for a moment. As you see then kind of the goblin head kind of gets pulled away, and you see Noro's got it in his hand and then just kind of drops it.
Nice.
Freaking monks, man.
Dope monk
Freaking
shit.
monks.
I will then use the rest of my movement. I'll first look at Noro and just be like, to be continued. And then I'll run all the way up to that. What is that, an ogre or bugbear?
This guy?
What's in the back corner?
This is another bugbear, and these are 2 more goblins.
I'll go for the bugbear over there.
Okay, do you want to go like right here?
Yep.
Or do you want to be kind of here against the wall?
Let's go against the wall.
All right.
Perfect. I will work on my sound issues.
Okay. After Barca, funny enough, is the bugbears. So, starting with the bugbear that's on Barca.
Bugbears.
Oh, that was a shitty roll. I doubt an 8 hits Barca, so we can move on from that one. Now, the one that's on Argentia is going to attack Argentia. Oh, that might actually hit. Does a 22 hit Argentia?
Yes.
So that's 12 damage to Argentia. Now, for the Crown of Madness one, it has to take its action attacking the nearest guy.
Yes, if there is a... grab that again here. So,
Or is it a target you designate?
the charmed target must use its action before moving on each of its turns to make a melee attack against a creature other than itself that you mentally choose.
Okay, if it before it takes any other actions, but it has to move in order to do that.
Oh, is it not right next to the other bugbear?
It is not.
Oh, well, then that was a stupid spell for me to cast. Yeah, if I don't choose a creature or there are no creatures within its reach, it can just act normally.
Okay, so it can do its normal actions.
Yeah, I thought the other bugbear was in range with it, but if it's not, then yeah, it just gets to do its own thing.
Yeah, they're just 10 feet apart. However, this one is going to move up and attack because it's a dragon, and dragons are scary. And attacking with friends is yay. But I doubt a 12 hits Argentia. So that'll be the bugbears. It is Koopa with Kamiya on deck. Well, he's maintaining flying, so we're just gonna pop a Whatever, river dogs. Whatever. And then, actually, he's not going to waste that. And then Koopa's going to shoot a scorching ray at the bugbear that just moved up. Wow, that was horrible. Although, well, 13, yeah, it's not going to hit him. Okay. She fires out a scorching ray, trying to hit the guy that was coming up on Argentia, but unfortunately fails to hit. And Koopa is done. Kamiya is up with Fred on deck.
All right, a little bit harrowed from the insanity that was. Kamiya is going to once again start moving toward brain. Sorry. Yeah, they're going to move across that bridge probably as quickly as possible.
Okay, so 25 feet will get you right next to Ko.
And then take another 5-foot step to west. Sorry.
Okay, so that'd be 30 to go there.
All right, and let me just double check. This is not my character. She has a speed of 35, so one more 5-foot step to the west.
Do you want to go like there, so you're kind of ready to go on the bridge?
Yes. Does that put her within 60 feet of an enemy?
Easily for the bugbears here. Yeah, actually, both groups here and here, bugbears and goblin wise, are within range.
Okay, and Argentia seems to be holding her own. Granted, so did Noro and Barca. She's going to target one of the bugbears closest to Argentia.
Okay.
Probably the one closest to her with the cantrip Frostbite.
Okay, what do we roll for that?
That is a fantastic question. That is a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, they're actually not bad at that. And that's the one. Are you attacking the one on the east side of?
Yes.
Okay.
DC 15.
And that is a fail.
Okay, so they are going to take 8 points of cold damage.
Okay.
And has disadvantage on the next weapon attack roll that it makes before the end of its next turn.
Okay.
So that is going to end command. Well, let me just double check. There's no bonus actions, but I don't think she has anything. So I apologize. I am not. Oh fuck! Did anybody know if she'd activated her constellation, her star form?
I think she had a constellation up.
Do you remember which one?
No.
Okay, well, it would have made sense for her to throw up Archer because we're at a distance. Would you allow that to be?
Yes.
All right, so then bonus action, she's going to use the Archer, ability of the constellation of the monkey. It's probably not a monkey. Also a 60-foot range, so she's going to target the same dude.
Okay. Is that an attack roll then, or is
it
that
is? It's an attack roll, and that is a oh nope, that's a 7, not a 1. 14 to hit him.
No, 14 will miss.
Okay, so she will miss that with that. So yeah, the archer that's kind of glowing through her fur and clothing lobs a starry mote at the creature, which misses.
Okay.
And that will end her turn.
After Camilla is Fred with goblins on deck.
Right.
Schwartzy, that's you.
Yep. Sorry, let me switch sheets here.
So Fred was currently had cast spider climb and was clinging to the side of basically the cliff face opposite the direction that the avalanche will travel. I'm assuming Fred was trying to take cover from said avalanche.
That would make a lot of sense.
Does Fred have knowledge of nature? Or the nature skill, I should say. Wow, can you tell I play some Pathfinder too?
Fred is not proficient in the nature skill. They have a +1.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make a nature roll. We'll give it a shot.
Okay. Ooh, dirty 20.
So, as Fred is sitting there, kind of grasping onto the rock face and like trying to kind of get as burrowed in as they can be to protect them from the impending avalanche, even the vibrations going through the rock as you're sitting there holding on tight makes Fred realize that spider climb on the leeward side of the rock face when the avalanche hits may not be safe enough. I mean, it gives her a chance, but you know, she starts to remember the sounds of stories of avalanches wiping out whole villages.
Sure. Well,
do with that what you will, because I know her original idea was to kind of take cover.
And the avalanche seems to be kind of coming from the north side, right?
Correct.
Okay. Well, might as well try to move more south away from it. So I think Fred is going to try to... let's see. If their speed is 30... How far can they move in 30 feet? If they're kind of trying to stay on the south side of these pillars.
Well, so this is open air right here, basically.
Yeah, so it'd still have to go along the bridge, but like...
5... We'll say you're about maybe 10 feet down.
Okay.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 could get you to there.
Okay. And then I think we'll dash to move another 30 feet.
Okay, so then 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. 30 will get you right next to Trill.
Okay.
Now, you might want to remind me, because I didn't look. Is spider climb is concentration?
I believe so.
I mean, I don't think Fred had any other spells up, so if they want to continue concentrating on it, that should be fine. Just be aware.
Yes, it is concentration.
All right. So then it is the goblins with Argentia on deck. This one just runs and dives through the portal, not wanting to be eviscerated by the dragon or anything else. these two are actually in the back there. Are actually going to take shots at Cole because they think the bugbear boss should be able to take care of the other bugbear. And quite frankly, they saw that ninja sword skill action. They don't want any of that. So,
that's fair.
Does a 17 hit?
It does.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I didn't mean Ko, I meant Noro. My apologies.
Sorry, I was dealing with kids. 17 does not hit.
Okay, then they both rolled 17s. They both miss. However, since they are not currently engaged in melee, they are going to GT to the FO. So the goblins take a couple pot shots at you, which you're easily able to avoid, and then you see they run. And that is it for the goblins. Argentia is up with the avalanche on deck.
Okay. Just rolling a recharge. All right. 2 bugbears on me. Do they either one of those look hurt visibly?
The bugbear that they are both injured.
They're both injured. All right. Well, then I will go for the one to the southeast.
Okay.
And we'll take a swing here. Okay. Okay. So for the first, does an 18 hit?
An 18 does hit.
Okay. And that'll be... And then, so the other ones will hit as well, just a heads up, because then I roll this.
Well, do the damage on the first one first.
Okay. I have to jockey between pages.
I get you.
It's a little annoying. So the damage for the first is 14 points.
So here's what happens to that one. So you had seen just moments before the satyr, the young one by the name of Kamiya, cast a spell, and you see all of a sudden that bugbear's legs just get covered in a rime of frost. And then you, the first attack, I'm assuming, is the bite?
Yep.
So then Argenta bites down onto the bugbear. And as Argenta pulls back, you hear this almost sort of crystalline sort of shatter as you see the bugbear's legs just shatter into a million bits of frozen pieces. And then Argenta just tosses the body off of the cliff.
Oof.
So that one is dead. Now the other one's AC is the same, so you still hit the other one.
Yep. All right. So 1, 2. So 10 points of damage with 1. Hold on, make sure that is the first claw attack. And that is 2, Jeez. Actually, I have to re-roll that. Sorry. Rolled the wrong dice.
How dare you, sir?
So
Like
for
we've never done that ever.
12 points, actually.
12 points? Okay.
Yeah.
Although I will now give you a pouty face because that's harder math than the other damage. But okay, we'll go with it. We'll make it work.
Yeah. And then 10 points.
We miss you, man. We have to give you some shit. Just saying.
I'll take it. 10 points of slashing.
All right. It's still up, but savaged with the claw attacks as the claws of Argentia are just ripping into it. And it's looking pretty destroyed. It's still up, but it's not doing great.
And then Tina is not going to get out of reach, but she's going to start flying movement-wise and hover just within reach, 5-10 feet off the ground.
So just kind of hovering off the ground?
Yeah, but still within reach of the bugbear.
Okay. Then after Argentia, so you hear the rumble. It is fast approaching, rumble, rumble. And we go to the top of the round. Ko with Noro on deck.
Okay. Ko isn't really liking this avalanche much. And the concentration spell that he's got going is not being super useful because he misunderstood where their placement was. So,
I mean, it can attack Argentia now with your spell, so there you go. I mean, they're probably going to do that anyway, but you know.
I didn't want it to do that. So we are going to use my DOS loot and cast Fly on myself.
Okay.
And then I guess just prepare to GTFO and maybe try to grab Camilla on the way out if the avalanche comes and hits.
Okay, so you're not moving yet. You're maybe waiting to go with Camilla?
Yep.
Okay. All right. After Ko is Noro with Trill on deck.
All right. Noro didn't. Right. Okay. Sorry. So Noro had the last round deflected missiles the goblin head. Instead of dropping it, can I have held onto it?
Sure.
Okay. He's gonna whip it at the remaining bugbear right there.
Okay. So go ahead and roll just your dexterity.
What? I'm not proficient in goblin head?
You are not proficient in tossing skulls of any kind.
Dirty 20.
Unless, of course, you have the Tavern Brawler feat, in which case, then you're good.
I do not. So dirty 20.
But a 20 will hit that bugbear.
Okay.
We're going to call the damage a D4.
Ooh, I get to roll one of my new D4s.
Oh, that's funky.
Right? Plus, I assume strength.
Yeah.
So 5 points of damage, probably bludgeoning.
I would say it would indeed be bludgeoning.
And then he's going to move towards that bugbear and hit him with the sword.
Now, do you if you wanted to, you could get tucked right into the wall there and flank.
Yep, that works for me. And because I flanked, that is a nat 20.
Okay.
With the Sword of Sharpness. So this is going to be fun. 6 plus 8 is 14, plus another 14 because of the Sword of Sharpness is 28. Plus 5 is 33 points of damage.
Dear Lord.
I do not lop off a limb.
All right, you slash into that bugbear with some deft skill, and it is a hurting unit. You slash up under its arm, kind of into the pit a little bit, kind of carving in, and then do a cross slash. It's pretty gross.
It's still up, but hurting. So he'll look across the bugbear at Barca, and with a very, very subtle, slight smirk, say very quietly, but loud enough for Barca to hear, "I will allow you to do the honors." That'll end my turn.
All right, Trill, you are next with Barca on deck.
Excellent. Is this... Okay, I'm just trying to see, what is this bigger thing here on the northern side that's...
Okay, so you are here.
Yep, like that's right across from me.
This is Argentia. This is a bugbear.
That's the bugbear. Okay, that's Argentia. Sorry, my screen's just being a little... It like kind of got fuzzy. I think that's just my end on the internet. Okay, that's Argentia. Can I hit the bugbear from here?
The bugbear is 65 feet from where you are currently standing.
That's okay. I have an 80-foot range.
Well, there you go then.
So I'm going to shoot it. I'm not going to hit it because I rolled a nat 1.
Sad beans.
It is sad beans. But I am going to fly... Can I get over where Argentia, or at least to that landmass?
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Like, do you want to go there?
Oops, sorry, I just flipped away to check my speed, and now I can't get back. Yeah, that's fine.
Then you do so.
Perfect. And that, I think, unfortunately, I'll just end my turn there.
All right. Barca with bugbears on deck.
Okay. So Barca, with all the exuberance after hearing what Noro said, with all the exuberance of, a dog that is running out of control directly at you, which is, I imagine, more the kind of rage you see from Barca is just an uncontrolled delight in murdering things. So he's just going to get up and swing away. And yeah. So a 18 to hit.
An 18 will hit.
Okay. And that'll be for the 24 points of damage.
Dear Lord. Okay. Still up. Barely.
Great weapon, Master Man. And I have advantage right now.
You do.
19 to hit.
That will also hit.
And 22 points of damage.
So he had 3 hit points left. So Noro, you and Barca. So Noro, you're kind of tucked into that corner, and you're like, all right, I've been doing pretty good so far. And then Barca, wham, wham, and just like a kid splashing in a puddle, just blood and gore everywhere. And like, there's no way you can't. You're like, you just know there's no way you can kind of dodge out of this one, being that baby's in the corner. So you are now. Barca is completely awash in blood and viscera as well. Although, again, happy kid playing in a puddle. But you are just covered in gore, and the bugbear is no more.
And in true horrible dad joke fashion, you hear Barca go, "Honors, now on you!" Ah! And then runs away. And he's going to run directly at the bugbear all the way over by Tina.
So how much movement do you have?
I have 40 feet of movement.
And you move right up to that one. And you and Argentia are now flanking him.
And as he's running Noro, you kind of hear him say to himself, "That was good joke. Barca tell Riri good joke when he see her next." And
Aww.
And then that's it, because that was the 2 attacks.
So the bugbear, the lone bugbear, is going to attack. Doesn't know what's worse, the blood-covered raging bugbear that's charging it, or the goddamn dragon. But I think we'll still go after Argentia because they're there.
Because dragon?
Does a 13 hit Argentia?
No.
I'm guessing probably not.
Probably not.
I'm muted, no.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize I'm not muted. I'm just like making comments to myself here. Sorry.
It's all good. So the bugbear misses. The bugbear, however, except if it, the bugbear can't move or it's going to get attacked and that's going to kill it. So bugbear's done.
Barca gets, since it swung at a friend, Barca gets to make a swing.
Yeah, you have the sentinel, was it?
Yep.
Now, can Barca kill him with the sentinel?
Uh, 18 to hit.
That will hit.
29 points of slashing damage.
How do you want to do this?
I want to split them in 2.
You chop the well, maybe little for you. You chop the little bastard in half. Easily done.
And then he says it to Tina. He goes, "Hey, Tina, honors now on you. Get it?"
Not really.
Oh. It's Slade at the other side of the arena. All right.
Koopa is next.
Tough room.
Koopa looks at all of you, looks back towards the avalanche, and goes, "As much as I hate to say this, we may want to go through the portal before the avalanche kills us. I can't fly enough of us out of here."
Okay. Barca's like still in rage mode, which is basically like unadulterated energy. And he'll just say, "Portal!" And he'll start running
Okay.
right for the portal.
So then Koopa's going to go through the portal and is going to blaminate the one goblin that went through. Because the firebolt does at least, enough to kill it.
Oh, we're still in initiative.
Which means it's less likely they're going to get an alarm on. But you see Koopa then nods and flies through and disappears.
Are we still in initiative?
We are still in initiative. There's technically 2 goblins out there.
Sorry about that.
Well, it's not your fault. But Koopa's done. Kamiya is up next with Fred on deck.
With 70 feet of movement, can Kamiya get to the portal?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. How much movement?
70. 70.
55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 75, 90. And I apologize. I know I already asked you this, but what's your movement?
Kamiya's movement is 70, so she'll just double move and get as close to the... It's 35, so with a move and a dash action, she'll just get as close as she can with 70.
Okay, so first move, we'll get there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Camille will get to there, right next to Trix.
Okay, and
Or
then
for me.
bonus action, just because she can, she's going to lob another star mote at a offending goblin.
Okay.
Because why the fuck not? 19.
19 will hit.
Nice. What's the damage on that son of a bitch? That does a lot of damage, Jeebus. 9 points of damage.
That kills the gobble.
I've got your gob.
Pardon me for just a moment. Gotta let the dog out.
Who let the dog out? Brian. Sorry, it's been a long fucking weekend. Not a bad one, just a long one. Hey, well...
jokes are welcome.
Oh, he's back. Okay.
And because I heard that, you get disadvantage on your next roll.
Oh, you're not going to give me some psychic damage?
Nope, I'm just going to give you disadvantage.
Fine.
That is Kamiya's turn then?
Yes, that'll end Kamiya's turn.
Fred is up with the goblin on deck.
All right. So Fred is going to move over to Ko.
So 30 feet to get you next to Cole.
Okay. And then we'll spider climb stick on to Ko and go, take us to the portal.
I have this... Just kind of gloms onto him.
That's awesome.
And then because she still has an action left, she's going to throw a firebolt at that other goblin.
Okay, now with... where is she at? I would say the goblin's going to have a little bit of cover.
Okay.
It won't necessarily affect your roll. It'll affect its AC.
Sure. But it's within 120 feet, so range shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, most of the map is pretty much 120 feet. You're probably pretty spot on at this point.
Ooh, and that was not a great die roll. That's a total of 12.
A 12 will actually miss.
So that, I guess, is Fred's turn.
Hey. So the goblin is seriously fucked. And it's going to go 10, 20, 30, and attempt to dash for 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, but only gets to there. Panic sets in as you see the goblin is running for all it's worth, looking behind it as it sees the impending apocalypse that is Argentia, who gets to go next.
Okay. Does Does it look like... Does it look like she can fit through the portal?
Yes. If you tuck in your wings and kind of hunch down, it looks like Argentia would be able to get through the portal.
Okay, then Argentia will go through the portal.
What's Argentia's ground speed?
It is... 40 feet.
Oh, okay, never mind. Argentia is through the portal. After Argentia is the avalanche. The rumbling gets much louder as the avalanche gets dangerously closer. Top of round 3 is Ko.
Ko is going to, with fly speed of 60, move and then dash towards the portal.
So Ko, what's your strength?
Ooh, that is a good question. 12.
So I'm gonna say with since you have a 12 strength and you're carrying another humanoid being with you, I'm gonna say you're gonna probably move at about half speed. Because with the 12, I mean, yeah, you're above average strength, but you're not like an Olympic weightlifter or Arnie or Stallone or anyone who lifts weights for a living. Or for that matter, Barca, who definitely looks like they lift weights for a living. So with a fly speed of 30, if you're moving and dashing, so 5, 10, 15, and that's 30, and then if you dashed, I mean, you'd still be able to get right in front of the portal. You wouldn't be able to get through it.
Then I guess we're going right in front of the portal.
All right. Actually, we'll do it like that. So that is where you and Winnie are. Normally, I would say Winnie would probably have to make a strength check for holding on just because they're not used to holding on to someone that's flying. But with the spider climb, that's pretty much a no thing.
Right?
Noro is up then with Trill on deck.
Noro is going to use his 45 feet of movement to move towards the portal, but he's not going to go through. If you would
So 45,
yeah.
If you're heading kind of straight towards it, would get you sort of next to Barca.
Okay. Question. Would you allow him to move the rest of the way to the portal, but then wait until everybody passes through before he goes through?
It's not really, I mean, you could, I guess, ready your action to dash from where you're at.
Okay, then I'll do that.
Okay.
That is Noro.
After Noro is Trill with Barca on deck.
I guess we're going through this portal, eh? So, oh wait, is there still one more goblin?
There he is right here.
I'm gonna try to shoot it first. Oh,
Okay.
that's my wrong character. Okay. This character.
I mean, for what it's worth, the goblin is just looking towards the portal.
It's something to hit. That's okay. I miss again. I'm going because you said a 12 does not hit, right?
12 does not hit the goblins.
Well, I just make it angry, and then I'll go through the portal.
Okay, and with a move action, you can actually get through the portal, so you are through.
Whee!
And we'll let you know what that means in just a moment.
Yeah, I'm nervous about that, but that avalanche is stressing me out, so, you know.
Then Barca is next.
All right. Barca is going to run kind of like where whoever the character is in yellow. Kind of run.
Yes, Camilla.
But Camilla kind of run like in between her and the goblin, and on the way by running by the goblin, Barca's going to take a swing.
So that's a 25 feet of your movement, just to let you know.
Yep.
Oh.
For a natural 20. Great time for it. So yeah, kind of like just a happy, like run up, happy Gilmore swing at the goblin, split it in two, send it flying, and then book for the into the portal.
Okay.
I love the usage of the term "happy Gilmore swing." I approve.
25, 30, 35, 40. So you will be right in front of the portal. You will not be able to get through this turn.
Oh, I thought I miscounted.
But you're you're literally standing right in front of it. The bugbears are dead. Koopa went through. Camilla.
Camilla goes through the portal.
This portal just leads us to more avalanche. I'm going to be sad.
After Camilla is Fred.
Is Fred?
Now that they're
I don't know what just happened there.
Jess, you're sounding a little robotic right now.
Bad reception.
Yes, you have bad reception.
I can hear you guys. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, that's much better.
Yeah, I was in a dip that I know usually has bad reception. So, hi y'all.
There's an avalanche. Go through the portal.
I'm like, should I go through the portal? Is that what Fred wants to do?
Fred
Do I need
definitely
to
wants to
save
go
it?
through the portal.
Take me with
Does
you.
Fred, should I take somebody with me? Is there something I should help with? Apparently, someone just said take me with you. I'll do that.
You've spider climbed onto
There are
Ko.
currently two people standing in front of the portal, Ko
Okay.
and Barca.
Okay.
You could, I suppose, take your action to try to pull one of them through.
Ko
Okay.
carried you to where you are.
Okay. Because I couldn't walk?
Well, no, we flew.
Oh. My characters just get ride your characters. That's just a thing. Sure. I'm going to I don't know mechanically how that would work. I'm like,
You don't have to worry about how mechanically it works. I worry about that. I'm the
Okay.
You
Can
just
I
tell me
like
what
bull
you're
rush?
going to do.
Can I like bull rush Ko since he's like is he lined up between me and the portal?
So
like
are you
theoretically I
trying
could like
to pull, push, prod, or however use your effort to move Ko through the portal?
yes.
I would like you to make an athletics roll with advantage.
Whichever Adam's running my character, can you please roll an athletics roll with advantage?
I can absolutely roll that. What is your athletics? That's a plus
I don't
one.
know.
Okay.
But it's advantage, so we have a snowball's chance in hell.
It is. All right. So we've got good start. And we're going to go with the first one. So 16.
Okay. So admittedly, it's kind of, Fred, what's your strength?
It is a 12.
12.
So at first it takes a little bit because you're like pushing, but it's like two equal forces. But then you realize that you've done this before playing with your sister, and so sister/brother, and so hook his ankle and then kind of trip in through the portal, and you guys go through.
Woohoo!
Yay!
Hi, y'all. Sorry I'm late. There were cute puppies.
Understandable.
Argent is through. All right. So bottom of round 3 is the avalanche. I need Barca and Noro to roll me strength saving throws.
Oh, shit.
Oof. 10.
Strength save.
And that was with a +8.
No.
Nat 20 for a 25.
Okay. Okay, well, this is going to get real interesting.
That's what I get for killing a goblin. Should have just went through the portal.
You had to get that Happy Gilmore moment in.
I did, but that's what he would have done.
So first off, both of you take 11 bludgeoning damage.
Oofta.
As a wave of snow, but not like powdery snow, but like big, rocky, icy chunks of snow start crashing into you.
Minnesota road backwash.
Noro, you are able to keep your footing. However, Barca, the surprise of it, maybe you were cocky. I mean, you were raging in your happy, joy killer mode.
Wait, hold on, wait a minute. If I'm raging, do I get advantage on strength saving throws?
You do. Did you not roll with advantage?
I didn't.
Well, then you get to roll with advantage.
Let me. 27.
Whoa.
Okay.
It's a heck of a difference.
Much
Different story.
better.
I'm a little rusty, guys. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Oh, good.
That's why we like giving you some of these stressful moments to remind you to get back in the game a little bit. You know. I'm winking if you can't tell. For those that are just listening. All right. But who loves you? But okay. So with the advantage, then yes, you are able to. Funny enough, you had this moment in your head where you thought you were going to lose your feet up from underneath you because that snow is pushing on you quite hard. But then your rage-fueled mind goes, "But I am Barca."
It's Barcas.
And so you are both still standing. However, snow is starting to push against you quite a bit. So all terrain is considered rough terrain for this round, because you see the snow level is quickly starting to pile up against the rock face and kind of as it piles up and then sort of flows over. And you see where you're at, Barca, you're already in probably hip deep snow, and
Oh shit.
the snow is still coming. Like you're only hitting that front edge of it, basically. So for the two of you, I need you to make another strength saving throw before you move.
$16.
Okay.
Also 16.
Okay. So you're going to take, let's see, 14, 17, so you're both going to take 8 bludgeoning damage, just as more icy chunks of snow pelt you. But you both make the save, so you can move, but your movement is at half speed. Basically, you're all. It is considered rough terrain. And I believe, for what it matters on the initiative, Noro goes before Barca.
I mean, Noro delays.
Okay, what's Barca gonna do?
God dang it. Well, Barca knows he's out there, or they're out there. So, why you not come?
You should go first. I will be last. Don't worry. I'll go through. Only that's probably shouted, because avalanche.
But Barca leave no one behind.
Ah, I understand. He'll go through the portal.
Okay, so what's your speed?
45, and I can double move, so it'd be
10,
90.
So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Okay, you have enough to get through. And then Barca, I'm assuming you get
Barca,
through as well?
Barca uses his eagle eyes and does a quick dummy check for anything, and then, yeah.
Okay. Now I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh.
19 for Trill.
So Trill, you succeed.
Woohoo!
I'll let you know.
Hey,
what that
everybody,
means
at
in
least
a moment.
19.
Well, Ko got an 11.
Oh,
Oh,
fail.
no.
Fred got an 18.
Fred made it.
Woohoo.
22 for Noro.
I did trip you, so you're already.
Noro makes it.
It's a good
15
point.
for Kamea.
Kamea, Kamea fails.
30, 20 for Barca.
Barca makes it.
4 for Tia.
Tia fails. So, as you all kind of gather, and so for the rest of you, as you travel through the portal, it's this odd sensation of sort of just utter darkness, and then almost kind of a nothingness, no sound, no whatever. And then all of a sudden you feel just this wave, like if you couldn't have thought it had gotten colder than it already was up in the mountains with the air blowing and everything. But you just feel this cold, biting wind dig into you as you kind of open up, and a bright light sort of assails you, and you see that you come out in this snow-covered clearing, what looks to be in the middle of a solid snowstorm or blizzard.
Yay.
But wherever you're at, it's also like a pine tree, like a fir coniferous woods surrounding you, surrounding this clearing. And you kind of look back behind, and sure enough, you do see this stone archway, somewhat similar in design to the one you stepped through, although maybe slightly bigger as far as the thickness of the stones, but roughly about the same size arch. And sure enough, you see, as everyone kind of comes through, and the cold of reality of where you're at sort of hits you. For those of you that are there, you do see there is a dead goblin that Koopa's kind of prodding with its staff. It looks like it got charred up. But you don't even know if you see the footprints of the hobgoblin that had ran off just, only a few rounds, only a few seconds beforehand. That being the case, the rest of you see Noro and Barca leap through, kind of head through and leap through the portal. All of a sudden you see the portal itself seem to sort of vibrate, and an explosion of rock and ice comes shooting out. So for those that I said made the save, you will take 11 cold and 11 bludgeoning.
Who made the save?
Who made the save.
So 22 total?
Yep. For those that failed the save, you're going to take 22 cold and 22 bludgeoning.
Ouch. Ow.
And you see Koopa is down.
Oh. I'm all, yeah.
Is anybody else knocked out from that?
No, but I guess I'm not quite bloodied.
You also look back and you see that the explosion of debris that came out of the portal also seems to have partially destroyed the portal, as you see the archway is broken and there's no current shimmer of magic that normally would indicate the active portal like you saw before when you were walking through it. AKA none of that Stargate shit.
Real quick, trying to understand something. Young Silver Dragon, damage immunity, cold.
Right. So for Tia, just ignore the cold part, just the bludgeoning damage for Tia.
Okay. That is drastically different.
Are we all here?
Again, you don't hear a response from Koopa. You just see their body laying on the ground.
Are we still in initiative, or are we out of initiative at this point?
We are out of combat.
Okay. In which case, Kamea is going to jump into action. She is going to probably just get Koopa stabilized real fast.
Is anyone else down?
No.
Okay.
No. Very hurt, but not down.
She is going to just to get him up, is just going to first level healing word him.
Okay.
For die 4 plus 4. Where's my cool die 4? There it is. She heals him 7.
Okay. And tell you what, Barca, since we are playing this game today in honor of you, I would like you to roll a d20 for me.
D20. Six.
Ooh.
Okay. It is just not Koopa's day. So Kamiya casts a spell. What are the rest of you doing?
Noro is for sure going to kind of take a quick head count, make sure everybody's here.
Oh, I don't know what I'm doing because I'm passing a car.
Ko is going to start casting some Cure Wounds on himself.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a. I have a potion of just a potion of healing.
My query is, do we wish to take... I don't know if this is an ideal spot, but do we wish to take a brief rest?
Like, our character's safe? Should we maybe, like, explore the perimeter of where we are real quick to make sure that...
Admittedly,
Like, I know we're kind of in a woods.
It is still
Cold?
very, very cold.
Like, maybe find more shelter first?
That is advisable, but that was also what I was intending. Find some shelter, take a brief rest.
Okay.
Well, who would like to go search for shelter? And who would... Because once you get Koopa up, he can start using healing kits on people, too.
Okay. Noro is kind of not super worse. I mean, he's not in great shape, but he can go look for shelter real quick.
Barca and Tina can go fly and look. Cover more ground.
Possibly, but I don't think we should stray terribly far, not to mention that you flying on the back of a giant dragon might be a little obvious.
Well, it's a blizzard. They might have cover.
It's not much. It's pretty snowy out.
Oh, I clicked too many.
Plus,
Yeah, I think anything that might see us is going to have trouble finding us in this.
Bark is sneaky.
We gotta make sure we don't lose each other in this.
Barga got eagle eyes.
Tell you what, give me 20 minutes to scout the area right here, right around here. If I do not find anything, we can go to that plan.
I recommend we first move to under a tree for some shelter and then send someone exploring.
Under a tree is going to give us some minimal shelter. And are we able to get under it? Like, normally there's kind of
some coverage from some of the snow by getting underneath some of the tree cover.
Right, because there's normally like that dip of the, the snow is, there's not as much
Because they don't snow. So yes, I recommend we do that and then send someone to go searching so they know which tree to come back to. Because I honestly just don't want to sit out here for 20 minutes completely unsheltered.
Now, I will say this much from what you can see. Now, granted, your most immediate tree or visual landscape is trees around you, but you do not see the heights of mountains necessarily above that, for whatever that's worth.
So we genuinely don't have any idea where we're at this point.
That would be correct.
Okay. So once everybody's kind of set up under a tree, I will go take a very brief look around, see if I can't find something a little less impermanent.
Go ahead and make a survival roll.
27.
Not bad.
I rolled a 19.
You actually do see there is a, maybe about 50 yards or so, you're guessing from where you're at. You do see there is a bit of a cave.
Okay.
That looks like it might be large enough to accommodate the good chunk of you. Like, it wouldn't necessarily be big enough for Argentia to...
She doesn't seem terribly affected by the cold.
No, they do not.
Sorry, they do not seem terribly affected by the cold. Yeah, so once I discovered that, I'll head immediately back to the group and advocate that we should head to that cave.
Meanwhile, who is injured?
I'm guessing I'm a little injured, but I at least made the save for the ice chunk thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, because Koopa will go to do his rounds doing his healing kit healer rolls, because he can do that once per person for a short rest.
Okay.
I think everybody's hurt in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
So yes,
Pretty much.
Fred would sign up for this. Yes.
As would go.
And Trill.
As with
But
Kamea.
my first kit roll is gonna be on Koopa.
Yeah. Oh, is he not up
Yes.
yet? Did
No,
we not
he's
get him?
up. He's just low.
Okay.
Koopa can only do good to Koopa if he's up.
That's true. That's true.
Well, and even with the bandages, Koopa's looking pretty beat up, and he's also exhausted too, which doesn't help. So let's see. Who is... One of you pick who wants to be next.
I'll go next.
There you go.
Trill.
So heal... Let's see, we're 7th level. Heal 14 hit points.
Awesome. Thank you, Koopa.
Unfortunately, Koopa's down to his last healing kit. Who's next?
Kamea's down pretty low.
Kamea will heal 14.
Argentia has been hit pretty hard too.
Who has?
Argentia.
Argentia? Alright. Argentia here will heal 14.
All right. I guess we'll go Fred next.
13.
Thank you.
And then I guess Ko.
Oh, I rolled better on that one. 15.
Nice.
Barca.
And the Barkinator. Oh, ghetto crit. So that will be 16 for Barca. Or no, what level are you, Barca?
9.
So actually, it'll be 9 plus 3 is 12 plus 6, 12 plus 6. So 18 for you.
Nice.
Score. Adam, what is my character's class? I can't remember. Save my life. I remember everything else about
I'm going to grab my dog
character.
real quick. I'll be right back.
You are a sorcerer.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm just sitting here going, the fuck is Fred? I can remember like her species, her race, like her history, all that shit. Couldn't for the life of me remember what the hell kind of.
Yes,
Like-
a sorcerer you is.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm sitting there going, yeah. I can play her attitude. I can't necessarily do anything else at the moment. Yeah.
Yep.
I love
Thank
it
you
that I
again.
let my dog in and she's like, screw this, I'm going to bed, and went upstairs.
Who else is still injured? Because Kamea's got some healing. She can, especially if we're getting a rest, Kamea will be willing to drop some healing pretty hard.
Koopa is still bloody.
All right,
And then some.
she's going to drop a 4th level Cure Wounds on Koopa. So let me roll that out.
Nice.
So Koopa can heal 25.
Nice. Koopa's doing a lot better.
Yay!
I mean, he's still fatigued from the cold, but
Anybody else need some healing?
I'm only 3 points down, so I'll be fine.
I mean, Tia has a lot of hit points, but she's also down a decent amount of hit points.
All right, so Kamea is going to hit Tina with a 3rd level Cure Wounds. So let me roll that. Oh, nice. Nice. 30.
Nice.
I rolled 2 8s in that.
Woohoo!
No, that math doesn't track. What am I doing? 28.
Nice, close.
Sorry. This is what happens when you play a character that is not yours. Anybody else?
I have no idea what my character's hit points look like right now.
You're down by about 9.
Okay, she's going to hit herself with a 2nd level Cure Wounds because she is also still injured. And she'll save the rest for Noro at that point. Okay, she's doing better. Alright. That is the healing that she is going to expend for the time being.
Okay. So you guys spend a few minutes just kind of like patching each other up, and you're still kind of bruised and beaten, but you're definitely... Koopa's looking a lot better for what that's worth. That being said, it is still kind of a big snowy blizzard outside. In fact, at least the good news of that is it doesn't take much for your tracks to get covered over pretty quickly. And funny enough, as you think about that, and then you go, "Oh God, Tia, Argentia's tracks." Then you look over and you see Argentia doesn't leave tracks in the snow.
Awesome.
Don't really know why or how, but doesn't seem to be much of an issue for them.
If anybody is paying attention, Noro, when he walks, his tracks do not lead in the direction that he is walking.
That's weird.
What do you mean? What does that mean? It looks like you're like walking sideways?
Yeah.
Now, are you actually walking sideways, or is it like magic?
It's a common magic item. Boots of wrong tracks.
That's awesome.
Right.
Well, it's not gonna... Wait, but how does that...
It's magic!
But what does that look like? Because that would just be weird looking.
It would be very weird looking, I agree. Here, let me...
That's really cool, though, if they just, the feet go backwards.
Boots of false tracks. While wearing these boots, you can choose to have them leave tracks like those of... Oh, I'm sorry. That is not the case. They look like another humanoid. They're still going in his direction. I misread the thing.
Okay.
But for funsies, they look like that of a... Lizard folk counts as humanoid? Sure.
So, funny enough, Argentia doesn't leave tracks, but Noro leaves lizard tracks. So there you go. Which is interesting, because you look at his tracks and you'll see foot, and a little dash in the snow in between where the tail would go. But he has no tail, but it just seems to kind of follow behind him.
He changes it up and does, like, Tabaxi and Leonin periodically.
Okay.
Just for funsies.
But yeah, at least the upside of being a blizzard is your guys' tracks are also covered rapidly. That being said, you have some current shelter.
Yeah, I found the one. I'm gonna head back to the group once I locate that and go.
So you head back and Nora, actually go ahead and make another
survival
roll.
You've been rolling well for me. I'll roll you. 22.
Okay. You managed to make your way back without any incident. admittedly, the one nice thing with at least having the pine cover, the cover of the trees is some of the prints stay a little bit easier to kind of follow back.
Yeah.
And sure enough, you get back, everybody is looking. When you get back, you see everyone is, I mean, there's still some bumps and bruises, but everyone's looking a lot better. Although, for what it's worth, Koopa does look a lot paler than you've seen him.
He's more of like a lime green.
Yeah.
It's probably all huddled in a ball because it's fucking cold.
So yeah, he kind of pushes his way through the tree branches, and I have found shelter if we wish to go rest.
Yes.
And he will lead the way back to the shelter.
Okay.
Nora's going to push for a long rest.
Yeah.
Largely because it looks like everybody could use it.
Are you going to be lighting a fire?
Yes, but Nora's going to try to use his, because his background is kind of wanderer, outlander, that sort of thing. I don't remember exactly what it is, but he's going to try to use it to kind of keep the fire low, and therefore not super eye-catching.
Okay.
Well, wait. Isn't Argentia a dragon?
Yes.
And doesn't Argentia not have issue with cold?
Correct.
Yeah.
Argentia has
Okay.
no issue whatsoever in this weather.
So Argentia can sit in front of the door of the cave and block it so no one can see any of the light. Leave a little gap also so we don't die of carbon dioxide
poisoning.
carbon monoxide poisoning. But we can have a nice warm fire with our lovely dragon door, right?
Are you throwing this out to the group when
Yes,
you're saying this?
Yes.
That makes sense. And if it's
The first two was me clarifying to make sure I remembered correctly, and then the rest was me in character going, "Hey, why don't we have her if she's okay with it, or if they're okay with this?"
And if it's still snowing as heavy as it is, our smoke is going to be really hard to detect.
Yeah.
It's true.
So it's really just blocking the lights, and they'll also help keep it warmer in there because they'll be blocking the cold wind from coming in as well.
If Argentia is willing, that seems like a solid plan.
Argentia just kind of nods.
Thank you so much. I appreciate this. I'm bloody cold.
So Nora's going to build a fire.
So Barca can understand you're making Barca's friend be a door?
Well,
We're not making them be a door. We're asking politely if they're willing to be a door.
Oh dear.
T, you cool with that?
And the rest of you see what you're guessing is a draconic smile, as Tia just kind of brings their head up towards Spark, and it's like, yes, it'll be okay.
Okay.
These allies of ours have helped us. I imagine that battle would have taken long enough to get us wiped off the mountain, I imagine.
Yeah. I mean, the monk's kind of cool.
I think you are cool as well, he says from across the cave. 18 passive perception.
I thought they were doing it mentally.
Cool.
I don't think they can do it mentally.
Oh. Just for some
Talking,
reason, I
no.
always thought they talked in the head. I don't know why I thought it was telepathic.
The dragon does not talk mentally.
Okay, sorry. I
and
just always
Barca-
imagined it to be that way.
Although, funny enough, in whatever one of the newest books was, the Tasha's book, there's a feat you can take to get telepathy, so...
Damn.
That's cool.
That's fun.
Neat.
I suppose
Huh.
Argentia could take that if they were ever to get a feat, and then they could speak telepathically.
That would be so cool.
Everybody in the main Zaya cast just takes the telepathy feat except for Narashti and Amaya.
Well, admittedly, it's only like 60 feet, so Narashti and Amaya's mind link thing is way better.
Well, that's my point. If they don't have to take it, the rest of us can, though, and we can all mind link to each other.
Right. At any rate,
Marco wouldn't like if his best friend could get in his head at any time. He would be in a real conundrum.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
are we good with a long rest, everybody?
Yeah, I
I'm
think
good with
that's
it.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you start a fire?
Yeah, Noro will start a fire for warmth.
Is anyone taking a watch?
Can you take a watch and still use hit dice to heal?
You'll probably have a long enough time resting that you could. Well,
Oh, if it's a long rest, we just
yeah, I'd say
right.
yes.
Okay.
I'd say yes as long as nothing happened.
Then Noro can take watch.
Still
Assuming
can
Kamea hits him with the healing spells, which she will.
Bark is full up, so he could take a watch as well.
I can take a watch too.
Yeah, Nico's doing all right. He could take a watch if needed.
All right.
I think we
So
all.
who would like to take watch? Assume there would be 3 watches. Because why not? Who would like to take first watch?
Bark will take first watch.
Barca, I would like you to roll a die 20.
14.
Okay. As you sit there, kind of on the edge of the cave, sort of sitting next to Argentia, who's kind of taking up the largest presence in front of the cave, and you see Argentia's kind of curled up, kind of like, you know, the cat or dog will sort of curl up into a ball when they're about to go to sleep. And they kind of, you know, do that sort of cat sort of head rub against you for, you know, it's kind of the sign of affection, and then proceeds to kind of curl up and go to sleep.
As he's doing his watch thing, he's trying to write his old friends a letter, but I'm pretty sure it's not going well. Because he only learned so much from Catherine before he left.
Well, and here's the thing. You're like, okay, so you're getting prepared, so you kind of like wipe off your blade and clean it, you know, and make it, and then dry it off to make it a flat surface, because you learned the hard way last time that you lost a piece of paper trying to write on it when it was still a little wet. And you get that set and flat, and you got it covered with your cloak a little bit so no errant snow falls upon it. And then you pull out your pen and your inkwell, and you pop off the cork topper to your inkwell, and you realize that the ink is all frozen.
Aww.
And you go, ka-tink. Oh.
Bark will just slowly roll the paper up, put it back. Figures. And just look out at the snow, leaning against Tia.
And Tia is just sleeping soundly from what you can tell. Every once in a while there's a bit of a shift, but funny enough, it actually, like, you know, other than Tia's breathing, Tia's pretty still for the most part. So you do see this like blanket of snow kind of start to form on them. Pardon me. Which is kind of interesting, but definitely does what it says, which is block out the. I mean, there's still a little bit of a breeze in the cave, but truthfully, with Tina blocking a lot of it, you know, not much gets out. And the snow continues to fall. You know, there's that, you know, that sort of eerie, sort of acoustic sort of silence with fresh snowfall. And it almost wigs you out a little bit, just because like the absence of sound almost gets you to like wonder if you're hearing things. But your shift goes uneventfully. Who are you waking up next, or who is the next volunteer?
Nora will go.
Okay. Noro, I would like you to roll a d20.
Will do. Oops. I don't know why I'm pulling that up. All right, d20. 18.
Okay. The day. So when you guys got through to here, granted, it seemed like it was probably late afternoon when you guys kind of went through the portal. It is definitely night now. It is still very much snowing. The snow and winds are still kind of going. As you get up away from and throw, probably a few more pieces of wood on the fire, you then kind of head out to take swamp places with Barca. And on the cave side, you can see the slight shimmer of light off of Argentia's scales from the fire. But as you kind of poke your head out and kind of climb out around them to sort of stand watch, like they're now covered easily in like a foot of snow.
Ooh.
Quite the driving snow.
It's kind of interesting. Every once in a while, you'll see a little section of snow kind of cave in, then pop out a little bit, kind of cave in and pop out a little bit. But
Okay.
much like if it wasn't for the biting cold, there's just kind of admittedly there's kind of a serene quality to it, all things considered. That being said, your watch goes uneventfully. And who's taking the last watch?
I believe Ko said he was going to take a watch.
Yeah, Ko can take a watch.
Okay. Ko, go ahead and roll me a d20.
Do 11.
Okay. About midway through your watch, Ko, you notice that the winds seem to cut back a bit, and the snow also seems to cut back. And it looks like whatever storm or blizzard was hitting this place has passed. It's still nighttime. It's still very dark out. Again, I imagine you probably throw a few logs on the fire to kind of don't let the embers burn out.
Yeah.
To the start of your watch. But the night, again, very still, very quiet. Every once in a while, you'll even hear you might hear the sound of a wolf howling in the distance, like a ways off.
Sure.
But otherwise, again, it's a very serene sort of weird setting. I guess I don't know if you've ever been, obviously I know you as a player have been in similar environments before, but I don't know if Ko has necessarily ever been in an environment like this before.
It's a good question. Honestly, probably not.
So it's a bit surreal for you, then, I imagine.
Sure. I can see that.
But your watch also goes by uneventfully.
Excellent.
So you are all able to gain a long rest. Also, because due to the fire, if any of you had a level of exhaustion due to the cold, you can remove one level of exhaustion due to the cold.
Yay.
And sure enough, you see that Koopa is actually looking a lot healthier, and like the color is returned back to his skin.
And it's foggy.
Koopa is going to go and use this guy and memorize that. Stone. And I think the rest is going to keep. All right. So, you all, it gets to morning, you all begin your normal sort of preparations, and as far as what you need to do, those that need to memorize spells take their time in prayer or reading and study. Those that don't, maybe cook up some food for those that do. I don't know. You have a nice campfire. Going and everything still seems to be okay. You definitely went through. Absolutely. You definitely went through and went through a bit of firewood, but you're all well and rested and warmed and dried. Boots have been dried, that sort of thing. And you're sort of ready to begin whatever that next step is. So the question then becomes, what is your plan? What is your next step?
At this point, I think Noro would kind of defer to Barca. This is his mission, his quest. We're here to help. What's next?
Okay, so Barca not always great plan maker. Barca is more like a producer type, just to come up with the ideas, but adds upon said idea. Tia, we want to find. Overall, we want to find the people we were chasing, but I don't know if anybody saw where they went.
Is it still snowing?
It is no longer snowing. However, there's probably a good solid 2 feet of snow on the ground.
Could Tia go out and just scout, not like going far, but just going up a little bit to see if there's any signs of that would point us in a direction?
I mean, Argentia is happy to help. Actually, at this point, Argentia kind of leans towards you, Barca, and goes, "Perhaps we should go up together. I know your eyes are quite keen."
Barca doesn't feel like putting Tia out there by herself is a good idea. Barca would like to go with Tia.
That sounds like a good plan. And we'll be down here. Yeah.
While they scout, I think Kamea is going to attempt to use her Circle of the Stars druidiness to figure out where the hell we are.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Okay, for Kamea, go ahead and roll.
I guess nature or survival. I genuinely don't know what this would look like.
I would say either nature or survival. I will let you roll either.
Survival is slightly better, so we'll roll that. 21.
Okay. So we'll get back to that in just a moment. Barca, you and Argentia fly off then to kind of and do a few kind of expanding circles just to kind of look to see what's going on. You do see that it looks like you are kind of in the middle of definitely a kind of a thickly forested range of forest. As you come up, you do see that much further off, you do see what looks to maybe be some mountains like way off in the distance, like 40 or 50 miles, like not nearly as close as what you were at before. So, looking more like little bumps on the horizon than big looming mountains. And you do even see what looks like you're guessing is maybe a frozen lake, not too terribly far off. That being said, go ahead and make a perception roll. And I will say, even go ahead and roll with advantage because Argentia is helping you. Or you're helping each other.
Oof. 16.
Okay.
Rolled a 17.
You do, in fact, so as you search around, that's kind of what you see as far as the general layout of the immediate area. That being said, you do see some movement. Looks like back towards the clearing that you think was where the portal was. Granted, a lot of it's buried in snow, but there's still kind of a stony half arch sort of sticking out of the ground. And you believe you see some movement over there.
Barca will kind of, tell Tia in her ear as they're flying, maybe there's movement over by the portal. Maybe we go see, but be careful. Maybe fly real high or something.
Okay. So Argentia gains some altitude and flies up. And you look overhead, and with your eagle-eyed vision, you see there is a lone goblin wrapped in some furs with what looks like a maybe like a spear of some kind with a little white-ish piece of cloth that it's sort of waving around sort of haphazardly.
Tia, let's go capture Goblin.
And that's actually Tia laughs, and then you guys fly down.
Does Barca know what a white flag means?
As we're diving towards the goblin, jump off Tia to try to just basically tackle it and grapple the goblin.
Easy enough to do. In fact, as the goblin sees you fly in, kind of swoop in and descend, the goblin immediately throws the stick and lays out flat, putting their hands over their head. And kind of screams in a very high pitch, "Please don't kill me!"
What? Barca won't kill you as long as you answer Barca's questions.
What about the dragon? You didn't say anything about the dragon. Please don't let the dragon kill me either.
Ooh, good smart.
Can't promise anything for the dragon.
And you actually hear it kind of sob and start crying a little bit at that. I just want you.
Big puddle of yellow underneath it.
Oh yeah.
No, yellow snow.
But I'll let you know, Tia has this incredible ability to get mad when people aren't telling the truth. And she's got that thing where they speak in your brain to know when you're lying. So like you better
Go ahead and make a deception roll.
I like Barca's being like intimidating investigator here.
Hey, some of his best friends use this type of tactic. Doesn't mean he's good at it. He's seen it happen plenty of times.
Oh yeah.
That's very, very true.
Gavin and his entire family. Anybody?
Uh-huh.
10.
Yeah.
Advantage with the dragon being present.
You see the guy was like, I'll tell you anything you want to know. Please don't kill me.
Okay. First question. Do you know where we are?
Yeah, sort of.
Well, where are we? Sort of near.
Well, I mean, yeah, we've taken it as the Red Talon lands, but I think we're in. And meanwhile, back at the rest of the camp, Kamea and there goes. Now, granted, I'm new to your world, but I think we're north of where we were before, like quite a ways north. What did your people call it? The frost something?
You see your Neuro kind of the Frostbone Mountains? Or the Fingerbone Mountains? Or the Frostfell?
I think the last one.
Something with an F. A vowel.
It is
and
much.
mountains.
Sorry, I have a shitty French accent, but there you go. It is a. I believe we are much farther north than where we were in Colbert.
If we're that
Oh,
farther
coming
north,
off German. Sorry.
if
To
we're
those
that-
people who are French who happen to be watching, I apologize ahead of time for my horrible French accent.
If we're that far north, then we're near the top of the world. That's disconcerting.
Wow. This is not on my list of places I wanted to visit.
The gods work in mysterious ways.
Where is there a stronghold nearby? Is there a Red Talon stronghold?
That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. My master has heard of you and your people, and wants to invite you to your doom at the village where they live. However, I'm supposed to give the message. Please don't kill me. I'm however supposed to give the message that if you and your friends surrender to the great Kratchik, that he may show lenience and allow you to rejoin the tribe. Please
No.
don't kill me. Are you gonna kill me?
Can we keep the sad little goblin?
Can we keep the sad?
I haven't decided yet, but I have a final question. And he leans over and whispers in the goblin's ear. Have you ever heard of the Berezaya Argia?
No.
You never heard anybody talk about it. About any of my companions I travel with.
I'm sorry, I've never heard of it before in my life.
Well, you'd be good to know that Barca has taken in goblins before.
So that means you might not kill me?
That's not for Barca to decide. It's for the group. It's for the group to decide.
Oh, there's... Okay. Well, Master Cratchit says that if you surrender, I mean, your friends, I mean, if they're goblins, they if you supplicate something, that you may be invited back in, and the rest will probably be sold as slaves.
I'm not quite sure what you said.
I don't think though it would ever. Yeah, you're a big dragon. I don't think you'd ever be enslaved though. They'd probably ask you to join them. In fact, there's many dragons there. So we're gonna take I saw someone moving in the background there. So at this point, we were about 2.5 hours in, give or take. Let's go ahead and take a break because I know there has to be a little handoff for some children.
Yep. So I'm gonna go to the. Anyway, yes, we'll take a break.
Being that we are not, we're recording, but we're not live. Let's go and take like at least a 10, maybe 15-minute break.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Sounds good.
Granted, if it